Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Beer in Review. This is going to be a show where each episode we try a new beer. I am James Manderson Sanderson, and this is over here Trent Maville Mithafer. Did I say your last name right?
Yep,
All right, good.
you did.
Each week we're going to try a new beer and kind of give you our thoughts on it and what we think of the beer and general take of the beer. Our beer in review. Um, Trent, say hello to the probably nobody at this episode, but
Hello, nobody at this episode.
hopefully, people like it and start watching. What are we gonna try this week, Trent?
This week we are going with Sam Summer Ale, which is brewed in Massachusetts.
A little bit of a look at the bottle
Yep.
backwards.
Yeah.
Fix that eventually someday. Well, it kind of looks like that in reverse.
Yep.
All right. So, give us a little rundown of what this beer is like, Trent.
It's a pretty light beer made for the summer.
Is that why it's called summer ale?
Yep. Yep. Has about 5.3% alcohol per volume. And it's pretty lemony and very tasty.
Would you? Well, you've had this beer before, correct?
Yes, it is
All
actually
right.
one of my favorite Samuel Adams beers.
Oh, nice. I have never had this, so this will be the very first try for me. Would you compare it to like a Blue Moon? Is it similar?
Yeah, Blue Moon or a Land Shark, something along those lines.
I've had both of those, so that's kind of what I was
Yeah,
expecting. Something like that. Since it says on the bottle here that it is a wheat ale brewed with lemon peel and grains of paradise. I don't know what a grain of paradise is, but it sounds good.
it
Um,
does.
so this will be my first taste, and just from that description, it kind of sounded like a Blue Moon. So we'll see. We'll see what it is.
Yep,
All right, Trent, you ready? You ready to take your first sip?
I'm ready. Yep,
All right, take your first sip and let me know what you
here
think
we
of
go.
it. Well, my first thought is it's not quite as smooth as the Blue Moon. It's a little harsher than that. Not bad, not much, but just a tad bit harsher. Not in a bad way. Just Blue Moon is very smooth and gentle, I guess to call it.
Yes.
This is
Yep, yep,
a little bit more like a Sam Adams mixed with the Blue Moon, I guess.
yeah. I like I said previously, it's great for summertime. In the heat, it's a nice light beer. Uh, and for me, it goes down fairly smooth, and it has a full body taste, unlike your Coronas or Land Sharks or other summertime beverages.
Definitely, it does taste more like a real beer than something like a Corona for sure. The watered down beers.
Yep,
It definitely has the Sam Adams
yep,
flavor to it. Um, After that little second taste, it definitely tasted more like Sam Adams than a Blue Moon. Calling it a Blue Moon mixed with the Sam Adams is actually not a very good representation of what it tasted like. Definitely more
no,
like a Sam Adams with lemon in it.
yep, yep.
It's got a very good flavor though. I actually like this better than I like Sam Adams now that I've tried it.
Yes, the original Boston Lager is a lot more hoppier and full-bodied, and that's why this, I think, was the first Sam Adams that I've ever tasted,
Hmm.
and that's why it's one of my favorites, is because it's so light and easy to drink
It's
compared to
definitely
their other ones.
it's definitely lighter and easier to drink than a normal Sam Adams, but I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. This is the first Sam Adams you've had. One of the first beers. So it must have been around for a little while. Do you have any idea how old this beer is?
Yeah, well, actually, the Boston Lager came out in 1985, and it debuted in about 25 bars and restaurants around Massachusetts in the Boston area. Um, and then later on, like after a few years, it picked up very quickly and became very popular, and has within the first few years since, or by 1988, it's sold about 36,000 barrels nationwide and over in Germany. Um,
In Germany, that's
so
an accomplishment.
yeah, yep,
And
because
that's just
Germans
the
are
That's just normal Sam Adams, or is that this specific beer?
That's just normal Sam Adams, and the brewery itself was when it was brought to fruition.
Cool.
But when it comes to summer ale, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, been around a while at least. If it's, like I said, if it's the first one you had, it's had to been around for at least a good chunk of time. What do you think now? I guess you're only a couple sips into it. I've had a little bit more than that, and I'm kind of sitting. It's as I drink it, it seems to be less and less fruity and less lemony, and definitely more like your typical normal Sam Adams style beer. It tastes a lot more like that, just a little bit lighter and easier to drink after I'm drinking it for a while.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something I like better than Sam Adams. Is this a seasonal beer? Just summertime is all
It
what it's
is
in? Okay.
just their summer. They also have other seasonal beers that come out around summertime. Their new one this year is called Porch Rocker. I'm not really worried too much about the summer ale when it comes out. It's still delicious and great for the summertime, but once it passes, I look forward to the other seasonals that come out.
That's a sign of a good brewer, though. I mean,
So,
if you can look forward to all the seasonals they have, it's a good sign.
yeah. Yeah.
Is this your favorite seasonal ale from them, or?
No. I would say it's my second or third favorite. Probably tied for second.
So far, this is my favorite Sam
So,
Adams, so I'm
yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Trent,
How many Sam Adams have you had?
I've had their
Is
winter
this
ale and typical Sam Adams and a couple others, but I can't remember the names of them.
okay?
I don't know. I try a few of them when I see them around. Not always my first choice, but this one might be in the future. It's good. Trent, we've always kind of known you to be the Sam Adams guy of the group too, huh? Of our friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of.
You didn't tend to like it in the beginning.
Well, this is a lot better than your average Sam Adams, though. I'm still not completely
Yes.
as sold on normal Sam Adams as you are, but I've known that to be one of your favorite beers at least.
Yes. Yep. This is actually one of my favorite breweries.
Favorite brewers,
Because
okay.
because each beer that they have is unique and good in their own way, and they have a great variety to choose from.
Back to our summer ale, though, the one we are drinking from Sam Adams.
Yes.
How far are you into your beer now? Ooh, about halfway. What's your halfway impressions? Your impressions are obviously going to be a little different than mine since you're
It's a little
used to this
skewed.
beer.
Yep. I still love it. For me, it's easy to go down, and it's nice and light still. It does lose that little lemony taste and zing to it.
I agree with that.
Like you
I've
get
been
with it
noticing that
first.
too.
But as you drink it, you don't really tend to mind the transition, or I don't at least,
Yeah,
because to me it's a pretty smooth transition from the lemony taste to what it tastes like now.
I was actually just noticing that too. I'm a little over halfway into mine. The first drink was pretty not pretty lemony, but it had a little bit of lemon flavor to it. Fairly crisp. And as I've been drinking it, it feels like you said it's transitioning more into your normal Sam Adams style. And it actually kind of eases you right into that. I feel like I could probably go drink Sam Adams right after this, the Boston Lager, and be all right. It transitioned well into another kind of beer like that. Um, it's tasting good. It's just tasting definitely more like your typical Sam Adams full body beer.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, it's something you drink all summer long.
Yes. Whenever it's out, I stock right up. Only once it hits, I want to say April-ish is when I start drinking it. Because to me summer doesn't really come until the February or March ends up in the New England area anyways. And I know it comes out a lot sooner than that, but I try to stick with the seasons when it comes to these seasonals beers that they bring out.
Why do you gotta limit yourself, Trent? When it's out, you gotta have it. That's the way I look at it. I'll
Yep.
drink a winter beer right now in June. It's June, but I would drink a winter beer right now.
See, winter beers would be too heavy right now for me.
No, never. There's no such thing. It's whatever you're feeling at the time. Seasonals are only seasonals because it's good for marketing. Right, so we're gonna drink a couple more of these beers and kind of see how we feel about it after having a few. Kind of gauge how well it develops into our tastes. Trent, you got any thoughts so far before we do that?
Nope. Let's just start enjoying.
All right, we'll be back in a second with our opinions. So Trent, just finishing up my third beer. I know you just started your fourth. What do you think now so far? We're 3 beers in. Got a pretty good taste of the beer. What's your thoughts?
Yep. Still awesome taste. To me, it's very easygoing, and I can just drink this pretty much all night long. And it's smooth and great tasting.
It's kind of where I was sitting too. It's after the first, a little bit of the lemony taste you get right away, kind of transitions into the Sam Adams kind of flavor. The typical Sam Adams, how that flavor is. It transitions into that, but the lemony flavor of it keeps it smooth throughout. So 3 beers in, it doesn't fall right into a Sam Adams. It stays pretty level. It kind of levels off in between, and I'm enjoying it. I could probably drink this all night. 3 beers in, I'm enjoying it. I'd have another.
Yep. Totally agree with that.
Any final thoughts about the beer?
So,
Sam Adams. Summary.
Again, it's one of my favorites. Great time to drink it summer, obviously. When it's nice and hot out, can take it to barbecues, beach, pretty much anything. And
definitely sounds like it'd be something good at a barbecue, a beach barbecue.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah,
drink
to
it
me
poolside.
It's a great beer.
Yep.
So
definitely, I would, even if not seasonal, not even saying seasonal, I would drink this over your typical Sam Adams. If I was to walk into a bar right now and my choices were Sam Adams Summer Ale, and your typical Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller Lite, your typical beers, I choose this above them, way above them. So
yep.
Definitely something I'd pick at a bar if it was on tap. Do they have taps to this?
They do.
Nice.
Or at least out on the East Coast they do. And it's pretty much the one I go straight to if I don't see anything new or exciting that I think I want to try out.
It's always good to try the new ones if you can.
That's true. But when it's summertime, this is on tap. That's the one I pretty much default right to.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would too. I definitely, if I saw it on tap, I'd lean towards that pretty heavy. It's pretty good.
Yep.
I'm glad you convinced me to drink this beer, Trent. Props to you.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
So do you, obviously you will, but you'd recommend this to a friend?
Oh, 100%.
All right.
Yep.
One of your favorite beers?
One of my favorite beers, and it would be a great opening point if nobody's ever tried a Sam Adams.
To
introduce them to this one, because they would start enjoying it since it's one of their lighter ones, and then it would open their horizon to the vast array of different beers that Sam has to offer.
Yep. All right, anything else, Trent?
Right. No, I think that will wrap it up.
Well, alright guys, that's it for this first episode. Of course, this is just what we think. Everyone else's palate is different. Everybody's tastes are different. You might like it, you might love it, you might hate it. Don't get mad at us if you do. Everything you try is going to be different than we try. It's always best to try it for yourself. If you don't like it, try something else. Remember everyone, please drink responsibly. If you have a beer you'd like us to try, or any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. We're welcome for anything you guys have. We'd like to make this better and a thing we like to do. Till next time. Trent, cheers.
Cheers.